Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, we are focused on the close range meta here for Warzone 2. What is going to work for when you are late game in those super small and constricted zones? What's going to work for pushing buildings, playing in those close quarters areas? So the first weapon I want to look at is actually a secondary, because most of the time you're probably not going to be running overkill, and if you want to use your full loadout with an actual secondary, figured I'd give a good recommendation for this. What we're focused on here is actually the X13, the automatic pistol, and the way that I make this thing just extra spicy is I throw on a Kimbo, so you got two automatic pistols. Obviously you're going to be hip fire only, but for close range, these they kind of melt, to say the least. So here obviously we got the X13 akimbo pistol grip on here, so two better than one. I do go ahead and run the 24 round mag on here. I don't feel like anything bigger than that's necessary at all. It's going to make you way too slow, right? But I would rather have a little bit extra ammo in there than anything, just in case you do miss some shots. It's hip fire, so you're bound to. Speaking of hip fire, we got the 1 milliwatt laser on there for that hip fire accuracy as well, also a better sprint to fire. Then I go ahead and I use the LUC9 barrel for the better movement. That's mainly what I want out of that. Then I tune this for slightly better steadiness, then also a little bit better damage range as well. Those are the tunes to me that make the graph the most balanced. And then also we got the steel fire muzzle on here. This is a suppressor. I tune this one for the best velocity and maybe slightly better smoothness or ADS. Like, that's not going to be a bar that really matters at all here, because neither of those are super applicable. But yeah, this is obviously going to give you that slightly better range and velocity while keeping you off the compass as well. So a really consistent secondary here. Now, of course, the Fennec is a top tier close range option. It's arguably the best SMG in all of Warzone 2 right now. The thing absolutely shreds up close. It's very easy to use. Its damage per mag could be better, but it's far from bad. Like, it is totally usable for the close range meta, and probably my number one go-to choice in most cases here. So first up, I do have the rubber grip for the rear grip here. That'll help out with the sprint to fire and the ADS. I go ahead and tune this for slightly faster sprint to fire even, and then a little bit better recoil on there, just to maintain some decent control aspects throughout. I got the 45 round mag on there. That is a must-have. You need this on the setup for it to be remotely viable. I got the overpressured ammo on here just because, I mean, I tuned this for max range and velocity. It's going to induce a little bit more flinch, but really you don't need much else on this, so this is sort of an extra added attachment spot. If you don't like the iron sights, go ahead and throw on an optic, but I'm not a huge fan of any of the stocks or the underbarrels. Those aren't really all that necessary. You could, I guess, in theory, you know, drop that, add on, let's say, like the shark fin, because that has no actual cons there if I could find it. So you could tune this for, you know, better stabilization or even a faster ADS if you wanted to, maybe a better strafe speed as well. Just keep an eye on where the graph is going to become a little bit negative in some areas, but that's an option on there as well. I also got the 7 milliwatt laser on here for that faster ADS and sprint to fire, and then the covert force barrel, which is going to keep you off the compass. It's built-in suppressor, better range velocity, and I tune this for a little bit better strafe speed there, and then also a slightly faster ADS as well. You don't need to go all the way. This will work just fine. Now, the Lachmann sub, aka the MP5, another top tier choice in my opinion. Super low recoil, great mobility. It's got all the right boxes checked for being a good close range option here. Also even viable in some mid range as well. Like, this thing is super consistent. So here I got the Cronus grip first and foremost. This will help out with flinch resistance. I'm not really too focused on that though. What I am focused on is my ability to tune it for a slightly better ADS and sprint to fire, so you get some sort of added bonuses out of that. 40 round mag on there for your basic extended mag, the 7 milliwatt laser for that faster ADS and sprint to fire yet again, the 12-inch barrel here, which, like I said, will help out in some of those mid-range fights as well, and I tune this for max aim walking speed because that doesn't really hurt the graph too much here, and also a slightly faster ADS, so it's still nice and snappy. Then I got the RR40 suppressor on there. This will also help increase the velocity and range a tad bit, and then I tune this for a better ADS speed, and then I go for slightly better velocity again, just for some of those mid-range fights. But this thing is still super aggressive up close for that nice and aggressive gameplay, but also is nice and reliable as well, very easy to use. Now, despite it being an assault rifle, the Kastov 74U is another great close range option here. This really is an SMG disguised as a rifle, in all honesty. What's nice about it is it has really good mobility versus basically every other rifle, but it still has the damage of a rifle for close range, so it's going to be able to outgun several other SMG options, even some of the ones in this video, if you're landing your shots consistently, right? Also, it just looks so clean here with the Orion camo on here. But again, I got a rear grip, the Demo X2, which is mainly meant for control here, and I go ahead and I tune this for the better sprint to fire and that better ADS speed. If you wanted to, you could also mess around with the True Tac for the better mobility and tune it for maybe better control or even more mobility if you're just super comfortable with the recoil here. I do run the 45 round mag, the extra insurance there, that better damage per mag is pretty clutch in my opinion. The Olay laser for, again, that faster sprint to fire and ADS. The 209 barrel is all movement based here, which is nice and consistent, so it's going to be super aggressive. impressive. I tuned this for slightly better recoil and then also a little bit better damage range. However, you could also tune this for better ADS speed if you wanted to as well. And really, you could go max on this because it's not really having too many cons there on our overall chart. So you could go either way there and it'll work well depending on your playstyle. Then I go for the Echoless 80 suppressor for the better velocity and range, also keeps you off the compass yet again. I tune this once more for max velocity to help out in some of that mid range, then also the better ADS speed as well, so it's nice and snappy. Really solid choice. Clean iron sights, so you don't need an optic or anything there. One of the most reliable close range options. By the way, as we are breaking down the close range meta here today, if you guys are new to the channel, every single day I got you covered with news, updates, class setups, tips, everything you need to know between Warzone 2, DMZ, and MW2 as well. So if you want to guarantee you're up to date with all of that, or if you're a part of the 60% of viewers who have not already subscribed, feel free to hit that sub button. Join us on the road to 900,000 subscribers. We are getting closer every single day. And if you guys enjoy this video, or if you find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. Also, just a reminder, today's the final day that Gamer Advantage is doing the 35% off discount. Everything on the site's already discounted by 25% off, and if you throw in code WHosImmortal at checkout, you actually get an additional 10% for that 35% off. That is the best discount I think they've ever done on the glasses. So if you want to get a pair for yourself, maybe get it for someone for the holidays as a gift, it's fantastic for that. They offer prescription or regular lenses, plenty of different frame options, including some brand new colorways. Link for that will be down below. Next up here, we've got the MX9, which admittedly is an SMG in multiplayer that I'm not a huge fan of, but here in Warzone, it just works. It is one of the lowest recoil options here, without a doubt. The thing is an absolute beam, and a lot of the pros right now are on top of this gun. They are big fans of this, so they've been using it in the tournaments. It's a really just reliable weapon here. It's got a pretty solid TTK, great mobility as well, so it's again checking all the right boxes, if you will. Here, first up behind the face cam, I actually have the C11 Riser. This is going to give us a better sprint to fire and ADS, which obviously is clutch for close range, and it only hurts the strafe speed and the stability, which isn't too huge, honestly. We can go through and actually tune this for a better strafe speed and also faster ADS to make it even more snappy as well. I personally hate the iron sights, so I go ahead and go for the Corona Mini Pro, the basic blue dot here. I tune this for the furthest eye position. ADS and flinch doesn't really matter. It's not really doing much there, but yeah, if you like the iron sights, you could use something else there, maybe a stock for better mobility or a rear grip, but I can't stand the irons. I also got the 7mm laser on there for the faster ADS, the RR suppressor once more tuned for max ADS, then slightly better velocity, and then you gotta go for the 32 round mag. This unfortunately is what really holds this gun back. If it was 45 or 50, it would be insanely good. The small mag though is a little bit of a downside here, but overall it's still a very competitive close range option. And then finally we've got the Vaznev 9K, another very reliable close range choice. It's got really good mobility here, great iron sights so you don't have to waste an attachment on that. Very consistent damage as well. This is another option that I've been running a lot lately, and it's one of the ones from ground loot as well that I'm always trying to grab. That way I can have like a reliable secondary as well. So first up here, True Tac Grip, meant for that better ADS, meant for that better sprint to fire, and I tune this for an even better sprint to fire and an even faster ADS ever so slightly. 45 round mag on there yet again for that insurance and that better damage per mag. Olay laser for that faster sprint to fire and ADS. The 381 barrel, which is meant for better range and velocity, but I'm gonna end up tuning this for better strafe speed and a better ADS. So you're kind of getting the best of both worlds there with better range, so it's going to kill more efficiently at a slightly longer range. It's just a couple of meters, but it's still something. But it's still going to have that nice and snappy aspect to it as well. And then RR muzzle again on there once more for the faster ADS, and then max velocity on there too. So it's got all the right things going on here. Good range, good velocity, good control, good mobility as well. Very consistent. That being said, that is going to wrap things up for this one. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. Would be seriously appreciated. Let's try and aim for 3,000 likes on this one. And if you guys are new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Every single day, I got you covered with everything you need to know about MW2, Warzone 2, and DMZ with news, updates, loadouts, tips. You'll find it all right here. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.